This is homework set 19, and these are the last two problems, 9 and 10. Question 9, we've got a division problem. So the first thing I'm going to do is change the division to a multiplication of the reciprocal. So let's change that to multiplication and flip this over. So I'm going to rewrite this as y squared plus 6y plus 8. Next step is to factor that. And in the denominator, y squared minus y minus 20. We'll factor that. Change that division to a multiplication. Now flip this one over. Y squared minus 6y plus 5, right? I'm going to flip that over y plus 3. Now let's start to factor. That top left, how about y and y? Now, can you see this? What are you going to multiply together to get 8? What two numbers to get 8? Add together to get 6. How about 4 and 2? 8's positive, so they have the same sign. Over. Now, what do we get here? How about y and y? Now, what do you want to use for that 20? 20 and 1, I can't get a 1 out of that. 10 and 2, I can't get a 1 out of that. But a 4 and a 5, I can. So I'm going to go with a 4 and a 5. Now, the 20 is negative, so I'm going to put that minus sign with a bigger product. Now, the way I wrote mine down here, the inner product is 4y. The outer product is bigger, 5. So put this minus sign with the bigger product. So that's coming from this one. So I'm going to put that minus sign here. Minus 5 plus 4. And then what do you know? Those plus y plus 4s are going to cancel. But next step. Let's do that in the next step. So now I'm going to get times. How is this going to factor? Oh, not too bad. Y and y. We got a 5. Only one way to get it. 5 and a 1. 5's positive, so they have the same sign, which is minus. Let's try that again. Minus, minus, and then a y plus 3 down here. Now, let's start canceling anything that might be common. Any common factors? Yeah, look over here on the left. Those y plus 4s are common. Let's cancel those. That's an inefficiency. We're multiplying by y plus 4, then we're subtracting y plus 4. We're multiplying y plus 4, then we're dividing. Inefficient, so cancel it. What else? Oh, this y minus 5 down here will cancel with that y minus 5 up there, and I think that's it. So here's what we're left with. 1 times y plus 2 times 1 times y minus 1. So let's write this as y minus 2, y minus 1, over, in the denominator, 1, 1, y plus 3, y plus 3. And that is it. And finally, our question 10 is a division. So let's start by inverting this. Take as reciprocal. So how about this? We'll have y over x times xy plus 1 over xy, right? I'm just going to take the reciprocals. We'll just flip them over. Now what happens? Well, there's nothing to factor out of here, but there's nothing to factor out of here, right? But I can do this. I can cancel this y up at the top left with that y at the bottom right. So that just leaves me this. Okay, in the top I'll have xy plus 1 over, what do we get here? X times x squared. That's it. And that finishes up our homework set 19 on multiplication, division of rational expressions.